So you came back. Welcome, but you know you didn't move from here. All right, we are continuing on with the chariot principle. So dashing right on. So let me just recap the last sentence or so I said. It's the writer in the book, The Secret of the Happy Christian's Life. And we remember when we are discussing how do we get through stuff basically. Everything that comes to us becomes a chariot the moment we treat it as such. Or on the other hand, even the smallest trial maybe a juggernaut car to crush us into misery or despair if we consider it. Right, a juggernaut car is like a huge car, very fearsome looking. Right, so the writer goes on to say now, it lies with each of us which they shall be, whether the chariot or the car. It all depends not upon what the events are, but upon how we take them. If we lie down under them and let them roll over us and crush us, they become juggernaut cars. But if we climb up into them as into a car of victory and make them carry us triumphantly onward and upward, they become chariots of God. There's an excellent writer, a woman called Hannah Whitall Smith, The Secret of the Happy Christian's Life. And one of my sister friends many years ago, Joyce Nurse, gave me that book. So I have an insert here, July 2012. Undoubtedly, Providence led me to find Dr. Barry Black's newest book, The Blessings of Adversity, at this point in the wrapping up of my manuscript. Big joke, because that was in 2010 and it's 2022. Oh my. I am thrilled to the very core as I read his comments. What Dr. Black has been inspired to say is uncannily and stunningly corroborative of my 9-year health and spiritual adventure with God. His insightful comments mirror some of what I have said in my 7-year writing journey, and to think we were not in any collaborative scheme. Under the caption, Guard Your Tongue, Dr. Black notes, it is easy to bemoan our predicaments. The problem with bemoaning our troubles is that we begin to speak self-fulfilling prophecies, convincing ourselves that our anxiety-laden statements must come true. End of quotation from Dr. Black. Bemoaning our lot and lying under the juggernaut car are actually one and the same. So I now make the point, perspective. I know in my WhatsApp notes over the time we've been chatting together, I talk about perspective and perception. So I have here, perspective makes a big difference. 2 Kings chapter 6 records a story about Elijah from which the writer draws her metaphor of seeing challenges as chariots. Now, I tend to call challenges opportunities for God to do me good. 7 years of walking in the valley enabled me to testify to the psychological soundness and validity of this concept. It is more of a spiritual principle, though, than a mere abstract theory. What the writer is actually advocating is the technique of reframing a situation. If you are unable to change a situation, or while you are waiting and working for a change, you have to view your circumstances in as positive a light as possible. The writer Hannah Whitall Smith further postulates our difficulties do not look like chariots, they look instead like enemies, sufferings, trials, defeats, misunderstandings, unkindnesses. They look like the juggernaut cars of misery and wretchedness, which are only waiting to roll over us and crush us into the earth. But could we see them as they really are? We should recognize them as chariots of triumph to which we may ride to those very heights of victory for which our souls have been longing and praying. And that's the end. I would say more, but I'm going to pause here. I want you to practice the principle. You coming back? I'm looking for you the next time. Bye-bye.